We are familiar with the proverb, health is the greatest wealth. It is just to care for this precious wealth. Have you ever wondered how influential the subject of healthcare is? The world is changing rapidly, and so should the healthcare delivery system. Healthcare delivery is about providing care to people. This industry plays an important role in the physical health of people and the economy as a whole. It can cover the vast majority of a person's health needs. Changing lifestyle and technology have led to changes in the healthcare delivery system. The main objectives of this system are that it must enable everyone to access healthcare services, and the services must be cost effective and meet expected level of quality. The future of healthcare delivery is brighter like never before.
MedSolu has brought to you an application that provides comprehensive, accessible, community-based care that meets the health needs of individuals at any time of requirement. Connect MedSolu Locally is an online system for quick healthcare delivery right at your doorstep. It entails local people for the purpose, which gives you the best online services from highest rated healthcare service providers with or without prescription. Are you looking for a demonstration of using the MedSolu app? This video will guide you to use the application conveniently. Let's get started. First of all the steps is to create an account by signing up. Submit all the required details and specify if you are the service seeker or service provider. Before proceeding, we must know about the roles.
Anyone seeking healthcare is often supposed as a patient, but healthcare seekers here is not restricted to patients. Category can vary depending on various circumstances. For instance, the most obvious seekers could be victims such as COVID patients, people with special abilities, or aged people. Other seekers could also be doctors seeking some surgical items, and so on. Here, service seekers are classified as ISS and ALSS. ISS stands for Instantaneous Service Seekers. People seeking emergency services within half an hour form this category of seekers. They seek action from providers available within the proximity of 30 minutes of driving distance. ALSS are seekers who do not need immediate services within half an hour. They can wait for their needs to be fulfilled. So any providers within the predefined maximum distance can lend their services. So basically, you select ISS for instant requirements, and ALSS schedules your deal to be delivered later.
A service provider is any individual participating to perform the role by providing healthcare services. They may not necessarily be shop owners. In addition, people owning healthcare shops are also a valuable category of service providers. Service providers can post available healthcare items with its name, price available at location, and available floating time and duration. The shop owners can add their healthcare shops with its name, address, contact person, and contact number. A person can work both as a service seeker as well as provider as per need. At a time, you can use only one role in the app with a registered phone number and email address. In order to switch roles using the same details, you can delete the existing account with the particular role, say a service seeker, and create a new account using the same details with the different role, that is, service provider. Another way is that you can use a different number and email address to register as a service provider. Therefore, you can switch roles in the same app by just signing out of one role and signing in to the other with a different account.
Let us register as service seeker to know about how to perform the services available. Agree to the terms and conditions and continue to verify your phone number for one-time password confirmation. Use this profile information to sign in the next time. Once you have successfully logged in, your account dashboard opens. The login process is similar for service providers. The only difference is to select service provider as the user type when registering. In that case, a checkbox is also available for shop owners. Now let's learn about adding requirements. There are two ways to do so. Either go to the option reading Add Healthcare Items Requirements or to the sign of addition. Fill in the name, unit, and quantity of the required item and the address for its delivery to add requirement. Select an appropriate role of action for delivery of the product.
The kind of requirements a user can seek can be various. Some possible items could be health supplements, probiotics, medicines, surgery essentials, face masks, tissue packets, first aid kit, ointments, hand sanitizer, other tools such as inhalers, sterilizers, among others. Assuming that we need service instantly, we select ISS as our role of action. The service providers are notified when you add a requirement. Accordingly, you are sent provider search results. Once any provider has accepted your requirement request, you get notified with the provider details and your deal is fixed once you have accepted to complete it. If you reject the provider based on their details, the same process works until you have accepted to complete the deal with any available provider who has accepted your request. If you get no provider responses, you see a list of nearby shops to fulfill the need that fall within 30 minutes of driving distance from your location.
There is a predefined time limit within which you need to act in order to set your deal with a provider, crossing which the deal stands closed. Similarly, the ALSS role of action notifies service providers available within a set maximum distance. When any of them accepts your request, you are asked for approval of the provider. Your deal is set with the provider after you have sent approval within the default time limit. The delivery process for your item then starts. If you have exceeded the time span, your deal is automatically cancelled. If there is no acceptance from any provider, you see a list of related shops within the predefined maximum distance. Once a deal is completed, cancelled, or closed, you will then be able to post feedback and rate the service provider.
Now let's talk about the availability of this app. Any user can register and connect MedSolu locally using the mobile app on Androids. The target audience for using this application is everyone. It means anyone who is in need or anyone who is willing to fulfill that need is welcome to use this community-based application. The service seekers and providers are all the local people from your surroundings.
The app works based on the following algorithm. When the seeker chooses an ISS requirement, the nearest service provider is notified with the request. The factors for selection of provider are highest rating, nearest distance, and price available for the product. How the system identifies appropriate providers is calculated depending on their interest and availability. It means only those providers are notified who are signed into the application as service providers, along with the other factors. If the first provider rejects the deal, the next provider with highest rating and nearest distance is notified. This shall go on until there is any acceptance between both parties with a settled price. The same process works in case of ALSS deal where the maximum distance is predefined. If no providers are available, then the request is sent to the nearest shop owners. The criteria for selection remain the same.
You must want to know how useful the app is. One can avail several benefits of using this app. Certainly, as service seekers, you make the most use of it. During critical times, you may need emergency healthcare services. This is when the advantage of using this app comes in. However, service seekers are not the only beneficiaries. The use of this app is equally favorable for service providers. When the provider is a shop owner responsible for healthcare delivery, the flow of their business is ensured. If in case a seeker does not get any provider to fix a requirement deal, they have an option of services from shop owners. Besides shop owners, any person from the locality can also offer to settle emergency healthcare needs as a service provider and make an earning. The idea is to bring a large group of community to engage with and fulfill some crucial purpose at any point of time.
Now let's quickly check the other functions of the app. Go to the three lines for menu. The list shows your basic data at the top and few items following it. Also find some of these icons on the dashboard. Tapping them will take you directly to the respective pages. List of messages leads to your account notifications. Dashboard shows your list of added healthcare items. Go to the profile to update user information such as name, picture, or address. You can share location or enter the address manually. Settings give you the choice to delete your account, change password, or sign out of the application. Help and support allows you seek answers to frequently asked questions and find support by sending your queries. Use the rating option to rate your experience with a service provider. Next is the page of information about your legal safety, privacy, and security policies. History opens your deal records. You can also customize the search of history by tapping on the filter icon.
So you see, we can do so much using this application. Now that you have learned how to use the MedSolu app, avail yourself of its services readily.